Back-to-back panels. Same fit, same crustiness. Yo, this time, guess who I'm back with? Guess who I'm back with? You know what I mean? Oh, man. We're still typical same man late as per usual. But I'm going to introduce the other two. You know what I'm saying? Same man. So we're going to have to introduce, of course. His team is still in 12th place. They spent 1.5 billion. Y'all know where I'm going with this. They spent 1.5 billion. Saicedo all summer. Lavia all summer. A bunch of 19-year-olds all summer, right? In the top corner, representing Chelsea FC, the Ships.
Talk to me nice. I've been watching a couple of these streams, bro. There's been a lot of disrespect on the blue flag. There's been mad disrespect, but we're not here to talk about that today. It's for another day. It's good to be here, man. What's good, bro? You saying? What you saying? What you saying, bro?
What's good, son? And then of course, the king of waffling, right? Well, he's up there with the king of waffling. I think it's a La Liga thing, and of course, Mr. Here's my thing, Mr. Well, that's deflection. You know what I'm saying? Mr. What if I told you? Of course, in the bottom corner, Kiko!
Yo!
Go with the moose knuckle.
What's good, man?
Good, man.
Long time no see, man.
Yo, a lot of collaborations, man. It's different. That's crazy.
It's been a while. Yeah, you see
the Wonder Kids, Wonder Friends. The Wonder Friends.
CB work.
Nah, what's good, bro? You good?
What's good, bro? What's good?
I'm chilling. Chilling. My team's in first place.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
One cup league. Must be nice. Must be nice.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, but anyways, right? Of course, Mr. was always late. Mr. was always late. Mr. God knows where he is right now. I'm the only one who see what he's doing. I don't know if he at the strip club or if he copping what. I don't know, but we got to bring the Mr. Waffler, the King Waffler himself, Mr. Full of Energy, Mr. Full of Statics and Stats. And in the bottom right corner, Colombia's finest. It's your boy, left corner. It's your boy BK.
Left corner. Yo.
Your team sucks. Your team sucks, and you're not a fan. Stop it.
Yo,
Stop
that's
it.
crazy.
Yo, he good?
His team sucks.
Put your car lights on
His
so
team
people
sucks.
Can you put your car lights on for people? Because I always see these red dots from traffic lights, and it looks like there's alien invasion.
He looks like he's in Jackson Heights. Where are you, bro?
Yeah, thank you.
You know that
I
scene
like
from
the alien specimens. You feel me?
First of all, let's answer the real Dean TK. Someone asked what part of NYC? Queens. We're representing Queens, Long Island, Brooklyn, Bronx, whatever you want us, bro.
Staten Island, whatever you want to say, right? Because
we don't represent no Staten Island, bro.
We don't represent no Staten Island, but we definitely represent.
That's crazy.
Queens,
Y'all disrespectful.
Long Island, definitely Queens and Long Island on my side, so I'm gonna say that. So
yeah,
big
Queens,
up
Long Island, Queens, Long Island.
The real Dean, if you're still in here, you know.
Comment back where you from, bro.
Yeah, comment back. And to the 3 people in here, I see 3 people in here. Please like. Bruh, that's not specific enough. How about this? Tell us where you're from, brother, and we'll share location.
Yo, man's on social security.
I'll share your location.
Hold on, we got the feds on the stream.
Share your location.
He
gentrified. He gentrified. Big up Dino. He gentrified.
He's from LIC.
Nah, we from
Queens, bro.
Is my address, right? That's kind of how
nigga says drop the Addy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna represent Astoria. Astoria, New York, my brother. Astoria, New York. Born in Astoria, New York. But thank you, Dean. If you're not subscribing, please subscribe. Oh, we got 5 people. We up to the 5 people.
Oh, we live.
And I hope they from the New York area too. I hope they from the States. So shout out to the 5 people in here. Please like the channel. Please tune in.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Big topics. You get what I'm saying? And to give y'all a run who we are Footy Fanatics FC live from NYC. Of course. Oh, big up Hira K. We know who that is. Big fan in it. Make me a plate. Because I'm hungry. But no, for real.
Talk about making a plate.
Oh, we got Cruz
You know
Banter.
who's eating right now?
Hold on. I gotta give this man, first of all, let's expose this dude. If you guys want to look for the real Dean, go to Bushwick and look for a Dean. Dangerous moves.
He live on Melrose.
Big up Cruz Banter. This man showed up to back-to-back episodes for me. So thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Let's give him a round of applause, boys. Yo,
Shout out you, bro.
Thank you. So big up Cruz Banter. But yeah. So who we are, Footy Fanatics FC live from MSW. You got your boy BCast in the building. It's been hard to get in the studio the past couple of months, weeks. So we're here on StreamYard. We're about to clean this up and we're about to get going. But I want to start off today, of course, a big topic of conversation. It's definitely going crazy. Massive stop conversation. It is
uncomfortable conversations.
MG11.
Who?
Is that uncomfortable?
I think he's MG12 over there at Getafe, right? So I'm gonna leave this. Chippy, we leave the Getafe talk.
Low key.
The bottom two, since I panned this up. The Prem, and we got La Liga on the bottom right
Wait,
now.
hold on.
You paying his salary.
I was just gonna say that he's a United wonder kid.
He's
still.
a United man, yeah. He's a wanker.
No, but you know what? Hold on, Brian. My fault to cut you off, but he is right though. So, for the 5 people watching us right now, just in case they're not familiar with Getafe, the football club. So, just a brief history. Getafe is a club in Madrid. Got promoted to the first Spanish league in 2004. Has only been relegated once. Yo, Brian, you snore in real life like that too, so that's different.
Who cares about Getafe? Let's talk about why he's being extorted and being a slave for them right now.
No. But here's
he's literally just a dangling little toy for your team for Getafe, and then everybody's biting. Most jersey sells. Wait, that's crazy.
Hold on, Brian. So let me speak. So the thing with Mason Greenwood is we already know his situation. We know the shit that went down with United. We know that. And we know he's not convicted. He's a free man. Now, his move to Getafe. Now, I don't know if you guys heard, but the manager of Getafe came out and said, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he actually came out and said Jude Bellingham also played a role. Thank you, Dean.
Hold on. The real Dean, that's how you know he's from New York. You get aggressive off the first 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's cool.
It's a channel of this is the Group Chat Wafflers. So it looks like Dean is a massive waffler as well. So welcome, Dean, to the IHOP. Welcome to IHOP, Dean. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Dean are both snoring.
No, and that's fine. And Dean, I appreciate you watching us on a Friday night. You probably have nothing else better to do. But thank you. And so like I was saying, so he said Jude Bellingham played a massive role in Mason Greenwood coming to Spain. And I think that was very interesting because I think Mason Greenwood had other offers to play at other clubs. And I think that in itself, the Spanish league, if he can hit, maybe we might see kind of a resurgence of top players coming back to the league. And I think that's a genuine conversation.
No, I'm sorry. D got it right now. D keeping us entertained. As much as we entertaining, D keeping us entertained. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, Dean, they ugly on Tinder. They ugly on Tinder. Get on him, bro. Get on him.
To be honest, I think Getafe is just using this kid, bro, for clout.
No, listen,
for relevance. There's no bad PR. There's no bad PR.
I'm going to start with Shippy and I'll move down, right?
Yeah, because
What's your thoughts on him playing? Should he be playing or should he not be playing?
Bro, honestly,
I can't hear you from relegation.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I can't. Bend to the side. Real facts.
If we're being real, Rike said it. He's a free man. Take your personal opinion out of it. None of us can control his destiny. So if he's allowed to play, he can play. Me personally, knowing the audio that we heard, the pictures that we saw, obviously man should be behind bars right now. Let's keep it a buck. But if he's allowed to play and knowing the talent that the kid has, bro, honestly, it's on a thing of like honestly, if he does well in Getafe, I can see him making his way back to the Prem.
Kiko, is he allowed to play or is he not allowed to play?
No, so what I think is that
your point already, right? You already said that he's down to play. He should be playing.
Yeah. I think if you're Getafe, listen, this guy is just off talent. It's probably the best talent they've had in years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if he can prove his potential in Spain, there's genuine, because remember, and Omar, you know him better than anybody here in this panel. At United, this guy was looked at on that Marcus Rashford, like he was the guy. And now he has a platform in La Liga where, listen, let's keep it a buck. It's a league where it's goal friendly. It is goal friendly. So if this kid, I'm not saying he's going to score 20 goals this season, but if he debuts this weekend and if he finishes this season between 10 and 15 goals and looks sharp and has the right mindset, technically he's on loan. With the whole Jadon Sancho situation, does Mason Greenwood go back to United the summer of 2024? And there's real questions of him staying.
And Enrique, Brian, you brought up a point. You said,
let me get Brian's thoughts. Brian, and then where's Brian at? Brian frozen.
Man, frozen. That's that data. That's that AT&T data, bro. That's that Metro PCS bullshit.
Yeah, Brian frozen.
But I mean, Brian, before he comes back, Brian.
Oh, he came back. We added him back to the stage. Brian, you're back to the stage. Keep it short and simple for me. Should he play or should he not?
Mal shouldn't be even near a pitch. But whatever. Because if we're going to talk about talent-wise and what he brings to the field, on the field, I think he's a great player. He was amongst the youngsters and on United that was really hyped up. So
hold on, Brian. I'm sorry. We got 4 people live with us right now. 4 people. Please like. We are desperate. It's 4 of y'all. But back to you, BKS.
He said we are desperate.
There's no reason why this man should be on the pitch. Absolutely no reason. We have to delegate whether people's personal being, like what they do outside of the pitch, affects them on the pitch. Because we have cases like Ryan Giggs, where he's a piece of shit off the field, but he's a United legend. So I think Mason is starting to fall into that situation where he's like, on the field, he hits with the left, hits with the right. He's a great finisher. However, do you really want to PR as a big club? Getafe is a small club, so they're hyped with any PR, with any retweets. Getafe is gonna get hyped. But if you're United, you're Chelsea, you're Real Madrid, you don't want this guy near your club, no matter how well he plays. So it's up to you. A small team, he's gonna play. He goes to a big team, he's not even gonna see the field. That's a publicity mess. The fact that he got caught saying mad crazy stuff, like, bro, that's wild to me. And I think he shouldn't be playing. Because, like, bro, you're a role model at the end of the day. You're getting paid millions of dollars to act correctly. And he's a young kid. And he does his mistakes. But a lot of people's mistakes don't involve raping women or assaulting women.
But
so, that's fair.
There has to be something clear, whether people's personal, like in the NFL and the NBA, they have a personal code of conduct. Anything that they do, like the John Moran situation with the gun waving, he didn't break any law, but he's getting fined. So now I think in football and soccer, there has to be something like that. Because there's no way that we're letting these athletes get $1 million at the age of 19, go out in the streets and act reckless, harm other people just because they get the bag. Like, nah, that's messed up. Brian, there has to be a code of conduct there.
The thing is, he was suspended, right? He was suspended from his contract. He was obviously, in so many ways, reprimanded, but the court dismissed this. So I want y'all to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Courts dismissed the case.
Why did the court dismiss it, though?
Because there was not that much evidence. And then everybody that the witnesses dropped. That's one. 2, after the court dismissed it, he comes out and says that the same girl that reached out is pregnant. Now they live in a lovey-dovey lifestyle, and obviously we only see leaked videos of him playing. Me as a United fan, and I'm gonna get into my point why. But then now the fact that even when he was up for sale, granted nobody bid, but he was still linked with Lazio. Lazio was playing Champions League ball.
Yeah,
Lazio finished top 4 UCL, so there was actual clubs in there trying to sign him. So let's not leave that case out. So it's not like people. It's always going to be a two-sided story. Granted, he was young, okay, and please, since we're on camera, I do not condone no domestic abuse. I do not condone no. That's
put that disclaimer. Put that disclaimer.
For the law thing, that's haram thing. We don't. You get what I'm saying? So let's keep that real. But there's a lot of mental. I'm not going to back his mental. My point of conversation of this episode is what I want to get into. We dropped Brian. We lost Brian. Guys, we lost Brian. Brian is lost. Somebody find him on the Cross Island sleeping somewhere. If you know, you know. Yo, but please like this video. We got 8 in here. Please like this video. Please jump in the comments. Tune in with us. As you see, energy.
Put in the comments a thumbs up once you like and subscribe. Put in the comments.
Please let us know what you think. You know what I'm saying? See, big up Staffy TV. This the GOAT right here, guys. Yeah, I tell y'all about him. And everybody's watching. Yeah, I know he's the GOAT.
Shout out Staffy.
Big up my boy Jeff Gett for tuning in as well. They said the voice notes were taken out of larger recording, were supposed to be fabricated. And this is where he needs to come out and speak if this is facts. Nobody knows the facts, but we did all heard the what went down. You know what I'm saying? So now the thing is, what it really comes down to is I'm trying to break down this PR that Getafe's pushing. Hold up. Hey, yo, bro, we got your address. If you got beef with me, we outside. I'll tell you that. Boy got beef with me, boys. Boy got beef with me. But, yo, the thing is, the PR Getafe, first of all, you know, Getafe, I checked their page when he first signed. There was like at 295K. They're at 361K. That's some Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Or Getafe's pushing is serious.
Bro, imagine when he gets his first goal. Forget when he signed. Imagine his first goal.
But now, here's the I'll let you go on.
And I'm starting, and we could say we heard this for. I'm really starting to think this is a United inside job.
Well, from the jump it was. Think about the way they handled the situation.
Remember how I told you from day one, this is moving like they're protecting this. You know what I'm saying? They're protecting the whole stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now, on top of that, it's moving like they paying his salary. And the way Getafe is really pushing just Mason Greenwood, it's more to it, bro. I don't even think Getafe ever pushed a player like that in their life.
But now, Omar, now this is my point, though. That's why when I went on that little rant, that's what I was trying to say. They haven't had a player this good.
Hold on. This boy want to fight me. He don't know what go behind backstage, right? Yo, listen, Bushwick, little boy, it's not healthy for you. But he even agrees. As you see, it's looking more. It was looking more like it's really starting to look like more an inside job.
But Omar, you gotta understand this point though. You got a little man in there too.
We got Frodo.
But here's my thing though, right? Now, you guys gotta understand this too. This idea of, well, Getafe is making Mason Greenwood like this kind of star of a movie. If you're Getafe, you're a club that plays in a league where 2 teams dominate it, and mind you, technically 3 because of Letty. Yo, if you're a club of their stature, they're probably trying to find any way possible to bring in a larger audience. You get what I'm saying? So regardless if this is an inside job, regardless if Getafe's manager is true and Jude Bellingham convinced Mason Greenwood to enjoy and try something new, a new challenge abroad, they're winning. Yeah. Because like you said before, just look what happened now in regards to the social media. Getafe, I think, even put out a tweet that now their tweets are also going to come out in English. So you know what I'm saying? For them, for a club that's trying to move forward in the 21st century, in 2023, it's a win move. I think that's regardless of whether or not Mason Greenwood hits.
Yeah.
Because realistically, if he hits, they can't keep him anyway.
The thing is, Brian was saying it's a PR move for Getafe to like kind of dangle him and like use him as a pawn, bro. It's a double-sided win because let's be honest, his career was over, his kind of life was over in some aspects when this whole thing went down. So if for him, any move he would have made was positive for him. So honestly, the thing for me, do I see him coming back into the England team? Because he was the one who was next up. Forget Rashford, forget Sancho, forget Cho, forget Saka. He was next up. So where does this leave him for World Cup 2026? He bangs goals at Getafe, goes back. Does Southgate do something like that? Can he bring him back into fold? I honestly feel like that he probably can.
We got 6 people in the live. We're gonna look back one day when it's 2,000 people in the live and we're gonna laugh. Because I was curious. We do watch games together too, and we actually host watch-alongs, bro. So please, you're more than welcome to join us one day. And
we watching Getafe games now.
Big up the goat is in here first of all. Let's give the goat a big W. Nah, calm footy fanatics W because you in here with Staffy. There's 2 goats in here. North Africa running. You know what I'm saying? And big up Dean again for liking the show and giving us hope that not making us look like dweebs. You get what I'm saying? Now, let's talk about, is it really looking like an inside job though on the back end, or what we doing?
Well, United, I wouldn't even put it past them. Look at the way they're handling Sancho. Look at the way they're handling Anthony. Anything in terms of PR, they're trying to spin this any kind of way to make themselves look good. But when you say inside job, as in they, from the time this happened, they knew he was going to go to Getafe, or just knew he was not going to play for United?
Like working that deal. Because, bro, let's be honest. As Kiko said it, like the fact that Getafe is put, like, we know, obviously we all know who Getafe was, just a typical.
But they some fiends though. Let's be real. Getafe right now is some crack. Mason Greenwood is dark. Remember in Top Boy, dark, and Getafe is Lauren. They're fiending right now. They're fiending for any kind of publicity. Mind you, bro, look at the whole of Spain. Look at the way they handle public controversy. Look how they handle racism over there. Look how they handle the president of the FA.
You don't even hear people, the fans talking. You don't hear nobody coming at, like, it's one of those topics of conversations that's just like, yo, how is this? Because as you've seen, it blew up in England.
Did it?
You had United split in half, the Greenwood in and the Greenwood out. They let him play, and if he plays for my club again, it's a shit club.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So then, and it looked like the club was agreeing, now, okay, let this kid play.
Like they weren't quick to suspend him or terminate his contract. They never terminated his contract.
Ten Hag seemed like he was okay with the boy. And the fact that they made a statement, oh, he's about to be a father. You remember that whole nonsense?
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, that's an L for my club right there.
Statement FC.
For coming out with more statements than W's so far, and talking nonsense instead of just addressing the thing from the get-go. But to me, my biggest thing is forget the Mason Greenwood debut, because let's be honest. And I'm saying on camera, that league is cooked and he's gonna score. So I'm gonna leave that to me. And he hasn't been playing ball for God knows how long. So
if that happens, that's terrible. That's a bad look for La Liga. That's a bad
boy looking starved. The boy looking starved. I hope they're giving him nutrition over there.
Yes and no, only because they're not a terrible side. They're not.
But that's what I'm saying. Getafe's always been that mid-table team.
Ever
since I started watching ball, they were always in La Liga.
They got a little bit of clout. They got some clout.
You get what I'm saying?
They made Europa League like 6-7 years ago, I think.
There you go. So, is it more right now? Let's bring the fandom back up, or is it more just like whatever? Let's get him out of here.
You know what you say?
It could be 2 things, right? My bad for bishops. It could be like, yo, let's get the hype behind this kid again. Get some fans to love him, so when we bring it back, it's all hail. Or is let's get some hype so we could cash in to sell.
But you say it's an inside job from United. Why couldn't this be an inside job from the La Liga? Bro, our league is dead. Our league is dead, and we need some publicity.
It's spooky over there in that basement.
OD spooky,
So spooky in that basement.
OD. But
oh man, boy got them gins, huh?
But why couldn't it be an inside job from La Liga saying, "Yo, our league is dead. We need some kind of publicity. Like, get anybody over here. Make sure
I think it benefits La Liga way more. It benefits United.
But really,
yeah.
But really, you got La Liga linked with Mbappe and Haaland. You really think they want Mason Greenwood?
He could be up. He could be the next up. Look what your boy just put. Look what Bushwick just put. My fault, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dean, he brought up a good point.
No, I like Bushwick. Call him Bushwick.
But he's 100% right. Before the suspension, Mason Greenwood was on a trajectory. So, like, if this guy can pan out, and listen, you mentioned the whole thing about in the UK, how the whole thing with Greenwood went down. In La Liga, you want to know what the narrative is about Greenwood? He a free man. He could play. That's it. So he goes to a club, he goes to a league, he goes to a country where he could just play. And mind you, Getafe actually looks a little wild because the president of Getafe was actually one of the guys that spoke out that the president of the Spanish FA had to step down. So, yeah, again, no one here condones anything in regards to sexual abuse, sexual harassment. But when the president of Getafe signs Mason Greenwood, despite his those past allegations, and then you're also claiming for the president of the Spanish FA to resign because he kissed a female, a player from the Spanish women's team when they won the World Cup. I mean, there's a contradiction there that is so obvious and blatant, right? So PR is a hell of a thing, man. And if I'm Manchester United, how you kind of said about and like you mentioned about Manchester United in the inside job, I think this might be, and I could be totally wrong, this might be one of those situations where all three parties win. Because Getafe is clearly winning from the PR publicity. Mason Greenwood's winning because he could play in a league where people are leaving him alone.
Would you take him at Madrid if he bangs goals?
Yeah, he would. You would.
No, I wouldn't.
Cat.
No, hold on.
Hold on. Finish what your point, right? Finish what you was about to finish. And then now, how did you justify that he could play, but you won't take him at your club?
Because he's not. First of all, there's to compare the top eight.
Here's the first statement, though.
All right,
so people in here, please big up to the 4 people in here. Desperate
right.
for life. Soon as so, desperate for super chat.
So I'm gonna kill that whole narrative with 3 things. Number 1, comparing Getafe and Madrid, it's not comparable, and the reason why I said that is Madrid is like United, where PR means too much. Getafe has no fan base, so who's gonna complain that Mason Greenwood's suiting up for Getafe? The 20 fans that go see them every Sunday? Real Madrid is arguably the biggest club in the world. Their PR probably means way more than any PR that Manchester United is linked with. That's number 1. Number 2, this idea would I take him at Madrid, he doesn't even start for us. So why would we take that on?
Him and Jose Lu.
Thank you.
Jose Lu doesn't start for us. So what?
No, but I'm just saying him and Jose Lu.
I mean, Jose Lu scored, 16 goals in La Liga. This guy hasn't played in 18 months.
You about to find out, brother. Too funny. I'm just saying, don't let the past haunt you.
Yo, but I ain't gonna hold you. I know y'all seen the videos of him at the park, though. He was dribbling with his shins. He was looking rusty. Greenwood. I mean, there was a video of him at the park. I was like, bro.
18 months he's been out?
18 months he's been out, yeah.
18 months.
Bro, and no, with all due respect, Omar, like, you're bringing up him and Greenwood or Jose Lu. Jose Lu's the Spanish international. You should be talking about Greenwood or fucking Højlund. That's a better comparison. Højlund didn't play in 18 months. He had 9 goals in Serie A. That's not possible. You could score 9 goals in Serie A.
Hold on. The fact that you're comparing a young, promising unit, this kid's a unit, Højlund, right? To Prison FC and Jose Lu, that is baffling.
Hold on. But I think Jose Lu would score more than 9 goals in Serie A. 100. You want to talk? So, and I'm speaking for my Spanish.
Hold on. He's 31 years old.
That's fair.
He's 31 years old, and the other one is 19. You cannot compare experience.
So then why'd you compare Greenwood and Joselu then? How's that a fair comparison?
We seen what Joselu doing in the Prem. I mean, I'm sorry, Greenwood did in the Prem.
So that's all you're saying. So because what Greenwood did in the Prem.
What and you're also mentioning Spanish international. Don't forget Greenwood is an English international as well.
Oh, he has one cap, right? He has one cap. And mind you, we want to talk about Greenwood in England. Wasn't the last thing we know about Greenwood in England was he was having hookers in the hotel?
Sir.
So no, I'm just saying.
Sir,
you like that energy. You like that energy.
It was two girls they found on
on Tinder.
It don't matter. That's all we know about Greenwood in England. Tinder. That's all we know about Greenwood in England. Joselu and Greenwood is not a fair comparison. Now, listen, I get it. This is all banter. It's jokes.
For that.
You know what I'm saying? But Mason Greenwood hasn't played in 18 months. We don't know what he is.
Yo, there's so many glasses on this right now. So which one are you choosing?
Who put that?
The real DDK. He said, yo, glasses. Take the same energy. But which glasses? The glasses at the bottom of his glasses.
Bro, it doesn't matter. It's Friday night. He's swiping right, so it don't matter. But go back to the point.
You a question, glasses.
Again, like I was saying, Omar. So with Greenwood, right? Why is that like this idea of Greenwood with Real Madrid? That's not a fair. It's not even comparable. Real Madrid is looking at guys like Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland. We're looking at a player right now that he needs to prove himself just so he can get to a level of a Premier League side. And we're not even talking about the Big Six. You get what I'm saying? The guy is such an enigma. But we're going off potential because all we know about him is what, like you said, what he did 18 months ago. But what does that really mean? I mean, we've seen players have a good run and then for whatever reason never got back to that. I mean, what if Greenwood's the English Michu? We don't know that. We don't know.
Fair. But we've seen kids with potential have a run of games for 5 years and not turn out to what we thought they were going to be. He's been out for 18 months. We don't even know, can he even score 2 goals, much less 10?
We don't know.
You got to let time play out. We all thought his career was over. So let's not act like he's going to get back to the top. If he does, that's credit to him because I can't see it.
If he goes on to being one of the top scorers in La Liga,
he's not coming back to the Prem. I don't think he's coming back to the Prem. The Prem is a marketing machine.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
it's all about optics. Forget about his ability.
Look at the optics. Pico said Getafe has 20 fans.
Yeah. That's
actually incorrect. Getafe on Instagram has 361,000 fans. When the day Mason Greenwood side, they was at 2,905. 2,095, I'm sorry. 295. Okay.
Right.
Today, they're at the number I just told you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but those aren't Getafe fans; those are Greenwood fans.
There you go.
That shows you that just
they're unfollowing as soon as he leaves. So that's not a fair point.
They're going to the next team.
Exactly. So it's not a Getafe thing.
He still has a fan base, and that keeps going up. So that fan base is going up just off the signing, right? And then on top of that, imagine when he scored goals. You're gonna start creating that. People are gonna create that bond. I'm giving you what.
No, you're right.
People are gonna create that bond, like, oh, look, he's past it. He's actually doing good. He's having the kid. Oh my God, she's 2 years old. Oh, he just posted a picture and the family. They're so cute. Family pic. The Greenwood family. That's going to be the narrative now.
Well, he's going to create that now. He can create his own destiny.
Now, that's what I'm trying to tell you. And first of all, again, big up to the 2 people in here watching. I guess it's my boys Cruz and my boy Real Dean. So shout out to them. But it just shows you that, like, this might be something big, bro. But my biggest thing is, how is he rejected from clubs, but clubs are opening welcome arm, media team. They even calling him the Star Boy. So we nicknamed him the Star Boy. Now that's the captions. Star Boy number, Star Boy training. It's just like, granted, I know Getafe don't have fans, but why is Getafe playing this card? It's not like Greenwood was their only signing. But like you said, maybe it's because this is their biggest signing in names in matter of names. You might be right.
100%. And here's the funny thing about Getafe. Their star player was, do you remember Enes Ünal?
Of course, the Turkish.
Yeah, the city guy. So Enes Ünal was actually on the verge of making a big move. He was actually linked with Benfica. And I think he was going to go for between 20 and 25 million. Had you end up selling him, that would have been huge money coming into Getafe. You want to know what the problem was? Unal's injured. So now Getafe is in a situation where all they can really do right now is have players come in on loan. So when you have a player of this guy's potential, and again, potential, we haven't seen him in 18 months, but a guy like this on the market, it's a rare opportunity. And this idea of other clubs being linked with him, Omar, you got to understand the big teams. Why? There's a better, a question I actually posed to you guys is, does anyone here realistically think any big club would benefit from that type of PR backlash that might come to Greenwood?
No, it could be 5-6 years from now. That's what I'm saying. He could go on to do great things in La Liga. Back to the Prem, especially the Big Six, bro. There's no way. It's just like, think about your club, Omar. Has United ever signed a player with previous kind of PR in this magnitude? Never. Chelsea, never. It's always, if it happens at your club, cool, and they leave, but they're never gonna bring that to themselves. There's too many, bro. Didn't the women's team come out with a statement?
That's why Ronaldo's not allowed in the States.
Cristiano.
Yeah.
But he was gone by that point. He was already he's already a legend. He's tied in. He came back, but he was a legend of the game. That's Ronaldo. This kid, I think even the women's team came out with a statement.
Legend of the game. What if he comes out to be one of the top scorers in La Liga's history? Yeah. What if he becomes the top scorer? This is what I'm trying to make you break it down. Ronaldo's case, right? He's not allowed in the United States to play friendlies or anything for that reason. Because of that rape case he had. Unless I'm waffling, somebody fact check that. But I think I'm.
Somebody got to fact check. Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, I mean, with Ronaldo's an anomaly. We can't compare this kid to Ronaldo coming back.
The thing that makes this Mason Greenwood case, everyone's gonna tell you, let's not forget the voice recordings, right? And obviously the pictures. But this was held in a court of law. And the court of law did not deem him guilty. And the reason why United dropped him for the investigations, they did their own investigations. And the reason why, because they don't want that cloud over United, which there's always going to be a damn cloud so far. Because we're going to get into Jadon Sancho later before we wrap this up. So it's like, one of the only things is just super confusing. Like, okay, what's really going down here? Is it? I really feel like it could. I don't know. I feel like this situation is sus. I'm gonna tell you that. This whole situation is sus. The way Getafe is moving is sus. The way certain fans are moving is sus because you have certain fans, him out, him in, and then at the end of the day, you got Getafe's Instagram going over 100K right now. You get what I'm saying? So it's just, I don't know, it's weird to me. But at the end of the day, it's a very sensitive topic because I don't wish this upon anybody's daughter. I don't wish this upon anybody's, woman.
Sister, anybody.
But clearly, that family has moved on. Their family has moved on. The girlfriend posted voice notes of him trying to do haram thing. It's his girlfriend, granted. So is it technically, I don't know. The thing that I'm calling him out on is him beating up females, which is ridiculous. And obviously still the fact that you have a voice, like you're forcing yourself upon your own girlfriend, but mythical things, and that's why relationships are mythical. But it's one of those situations where it needs to get cleaned up and it needs to be addressed, and it didn't get addressed at United, and then clearly Getafe's addressing it the whole other way. So like reason why I'm having this debut conversation right now with y'all is because like the fact that you were saying it, and Chippy, you just said it like, oh, I don't see him playing from any other club. So can you see him playing for AC Milan? Can you see him playing for Roma? Can you see
in Europe? In the Premier League, no. In the Premier League, no. In Europe, like Ricky earlier said, Lazio was in for him. I'm sure if he does well, I think who said in the chat, one of the big La Liga sides, if he does well, Sevilla, Atleti, yeah, why not? Go ahead. Coming back to Spurs, United, Chelsea. Bro, I don't even think Everton or something like that. It's just the Premier League is a different
right
look.
Here. Bushwick made a good point right here with the Benzema and Ribéry.
Mm-hmm.
Those are people who are actually in sex scandals.
Yeah, but they never, and then they ended up getting banned for France.
But then Benzema got called for the team last World Cup.
And then again fell out with the champs. So you see, so like he's right. Listen, Greenwood, can things go back? Listen, this is all hearsay. It's a huge what if. He could end up having a career in the Premier League. But the point Daryl's trying to make, though, is if you're a Premier League side, there's a lot of money, there's a lot of TV rights, there's a lot of politics that go into it. You're talking about a player who, despite having a fan base, despite having potential, he's just not – there are clubs that are going to look at him as a risk. And the unfortunate thing about it is I think he actually needs to be on some type of perennial 20 to 25 goals per season center forward for a club of Premier League stature, a top side, to really, really consider it. I think if there's no way a Big Six club's going to take Mason Greenwood.
If he's on 10-5.
And he's on 10-5.
He's got to be top scorer every season for the next 3-4 years to even get a sniff. Bro, the Premier League just removed the ability for teams to have a gambling sponsor on the front of your shirt. They're going to have somebody with his PR?
I think Tony's getting suspended. Lucas Paqueta's getting suspended. These are guys for gambling. This guy had a whole criminal case. And he was not convicted, which is fair. That's very important here. He's a free man. He's not convicted. But unfortunately for Mason Greenwood,
the court of public opinion sometimes matters more than the court of public law.
No, of course. But like I said, voice notes matter. And it's always going to come back to that. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to wrap this Greenwood talk because we got to get into this German football thing. But, and I like the point he made here. A Burnley or Sheffield will knock on that door, boy. I'm going to tell you that. Sheffield United, a Luton Town. Luton Town will take that dude in a heartbeat.
They might.
That's fair.
Big up to Real D for that. Great point. Real D, catch me on Twitter.
But then are we implying here that he's? Then are we coming here saying that he's closer to like a Ravel Morrison then? Because then that's fine.
Ravel Morrison was just supposed to be potential, and he was just a lunatic that never lived to that potential. This kid actually lived to what he was becoming. You get me? So we could all agree he lived to what we see.
He was on the track. He wasn't showing anything on the pitch. He was showing it on the pitch. He was doing what he had to do.
What drives me crazy, right? And I'm always going to use this example to finish this off once and for all. Chris Brown beat the living hell out of Rihanna. And he was still selling out concerts.
It's a different industry. Completely different industry. It's a complete different industry.
Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion and you didn't get this. And this is what I'm trying to talk. Maybe it's a different European and American. I don't know what it is. But we have to hold everybody accountable. There's a lot of stuff that goes behind closed doors that we don't know, we don't see, and there's stories and whatnot. And then it's just PR protecting.
Right.
So it's food for thought.
Yeah, I mean, Daryl, my fault to cut you off. I was just gonna say, I see where you're going with it because obviously those artists did what they did and it didn't affect them in the slightest.
What?
I see your point.
I completely disagree, but go ahead.
I was only gonna say the reason why I don't think it correlates to Mason Greenwood is, despite the fan base Mason Greenwood has, Mason Greenwood's not a bigger brand than United. You know what I'm saying? So United will always, as a club, come first. You know, guys like Chris Brown, Tory Lane, they're their own brand. They're their own money, where Mason Greenwood, unfortunately, is not bigger than United. So why would United, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, for them, it's not a risk worth taking. I see where you were going with it, but I just don't think it correlates in team sports.
Chippy, what were you trying to say?
No, I was gonna say no. I actually, so the first part I disagree with Enrique when he said they're not living with, because Chris Brown is still, bro. When it happened, he was getting slaughtered in the media. He was getting slaughtered. He's still living with it today, but that's a fair point. What he said, Mason Greenwood is not. He's under the umbrella of United, so United will look at it like, bro, we have Marcus Rashford, who honestly is a bigger brand than him at this point. So we'll just run with the next kid. He's got to fight to get his PR up. And that's football. There's only two people in the game that can say they're bigger than any club in the world.
Mbappe,
huh?
Messi, Ronaldo, that talk is done. But
that's what I mean,
though. Those are the new two guys that going forward, and I'm not trying to get into that talk, but you know what I'm saying?
We can have another talk a day, but I don't think any two players could ever come close to the branding that Messi and Ronaldo have gotten since they started the game. I just can't see it. I can't see it. Maybe Mbappe, but it's a different kind of different kind of game they played that just made them bigger than life, bro. They just played on different stratosphere, but it is what it is.
But yo, Al-Aliman, Almania, the Germans.
How many times can you say German?
Huh? Glasses? You froze, Glasses.
No, I'm good. You froze on my part.
Metro PCS over there, brother. If y'all
watching,
saying,
yo, say your point, man.
What are you saying, man?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for bringing me back on track. But I gotta give the three people in here some comedy. This is a comedy. It's the Group Chat Wafflers. Bro, World Cup winners, World Cup finalists. I'm gonna talk since I was born. Well, not since I was born. Since my first knowledge of footy. 2002 World Cup finalists. Right? 2006 World Cup semifinalists. Right? 2010
semifinals.
They made the semifinals again?
Lost to Spain.
2010 World Cup semifinals. 2014 World Cup winners. 2018 group stage exit. 2022 group stage exit.
Sinking ship over there.
Euros exit. What is going on with the fall of German football?
It's a lot going on. I mean, I'll just start it off by, I think we had a conversation with somebody at the gym, bro. 2010, 2014, who was the German team dominated by? Two clubs. Bayern and Dortmund. That's the big gist of it. There was a kind of familiarity with the players that were there. They all played the similar style. I think they even grew up together. I think there was a program where Ozil, Boateng, Neuer, they all came up in the same generation, and they just never were able to replicate that from 2014 on. Like, it's just been something was missing. They went stale. No style of play. I think who was it? Lowe. He even came out and said we need to re-energize the development of youth that we have in Germany, because England was catching up at that point. That's when you started to see the likes of like Mason Mount, Phil Foden, Sancho, Hudson-Odoi, all those guys started to come up, and then Germany was coming out with who? Shai Havertz.
Yeah.
Shai Havertz in them, man. So they just need the youth. There's no that you look at that team, who's really spearheading it? Who's their main man? Is it Kai Havertz? Is it Sane? Is it Verts? There's no real like energizer there.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot. There's a bunch of factors, but I think it's
so. And then to kind of piggyback on Daryl's point, I think the Bayern Munich Dortmund aspect of it is massive, because when you look at Spain from 2008 to 2012, the spine of the team and the entire roster of the squad was predominantly Madrid and Barca guys, and that was when Barca and Madrid were at their apex. So when you look at Bayern Munich made the final in 2012. won it of the Champions League, won it in 2013. Dortmund won the league, I think, in 2010 and 2011, and made the final in 2013. So from 2010 to 2014, the Bundesliga was kind of going through a renaissance because you had Klopp in Dortmund, and then you had Bayern Munich under Heinkes that were Bayern Munich. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could actually make the argument that Bayern was better than the Guardiola Bayern. So, like, it's one of those things where when you look at that Germany team, are they a golden generation? I don't know.
Which one? Which German team you talking about?
But when you have Ozil, Khedira, Boateng, Stuber, Manuel Neuer, all in the same youth level, all playing at under 17, all playing at under 19, all playing at under 21. Bro, that's a crop of players that is hard to come by. You know what I'm saying? Like, Manuel Neuer, arguably one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time. Ozil, we know what he's done. Khedira, hell of a career. Boateng, Hummels, you name them. Yeah. So, like, when you look at the fall of German football, maybe Florian Wirtz, but maybe Musiala, but there is no...
Those two.
Yeah, like, you look at the Germany team, there are a lot of players that, man...
They're low-key average. They're medium.
Exactly. So I think that plays a massive role. And credit to Joachim Low. I think he took over in 2006, and when he left, we saw what happened with Hansi Flick. It's not easy. I think a lot of people take
it started dying under him as well.
Yep.
But
and
you know what? Go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say the point you made in terms of coaches. Like, you look at, like you said, Barca, Madrid. When a country tends to dominate an era, you look in their league. Like you said, Spain had at the time Mourinho and Pep. Germany's domination right now, in 2010 to 2014, Klopp and Pep. At this point, England is kind of dominating the world in terms of they got to a semifinal in the World Cup, Euros final. You got how many? You had Conte, Pep, Pochettino, Klopp, all in the same league. So I feel like the managers you have in the league at the time will directly impact your national team. And right now in Germany, Tommy Tuchel, what are you doing over there? I love Tuchel, but he's not really showing that he's a top coach like that anymore. At least when he came to Chelsea, and then at Dortmund, I don't even know who they got. They got that random on the sideline. So the level of manager itself amongst the clubs in Germany, it's not helping the national team because they're low-key average.
Yeah.
And
and what does it tell you that Bayern's won it 11 times, 10 times?
They don't. Yeah, they could do it with their B team at this point.
Huh. Look at the comment.
Tuchel's a fraud. He's not. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. He's a fraud.
That's from a Chelsea fan. That's crazy.
Word to AD.
Tuchel
Schmuchel. Nah. And what about you, Omar? What are your thoughts?
Fall of Germany. What happened?
International football is definitely different than club football. So I don't want to, because I'm trying to think. Ter Stegen in net, Barca player. Mm-hmm. Back four. It's just a Heinrichs, I think.
Yeah. Rudiger,
Champions League winner, Premier League winner. Another Champions League.
Well, you said Alaba?
No, he's Austrian.
He's Austrian.
No, Rudiger.
Oh, you said Rudiger.
Heinrichs, Rudiger.
Mm-hmm.
Sula. Plays for Bayern. And Dortmund. Who's the right back? I think it's the guy that plays for Dortmund. Sula plays for Dortmund, I'm sorry. And then you got Jonathan Tah, right? Jonathan Tah. And Gundogan Khan, Dortmund player, Barca player, just won the treble. When I'm talking about Gundogan. Then you got Sane, Wirtz, and Gnabry. And up top, Thomas Müller. So that front four is giving you Bundesliga. So out of that whole team, Gundogan, Rudiger, and Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen, arguably one of the best keepers in the world. Rudiger, arguably one of the best center backs in the world. And Gundogan just winning a treble with City, being the main guy, not the main guy, but probably the main guy on that squad. So we cannot say that, because that's a solid 11. Havertz aside. And when Havertz was playing in Bundesliga, he was tearing it up. Yeah. But I think it's more.
And you know what? You even forgot Musiala. I think Musiala is the best name on that sheet. You got to throw Musiala in there.
And I didn't even name him there. But I think we're forgetting that. I feel like they're falling away from their roots of what they did. You get what I'm saying?
Which was what? What were they good at in their prime?
They were just machines. They outran you. They were physical. And on top of that, they had a solid number 9. It was either Podolski or Miroslav Klose. Yeah, and in the middle was their Jamal right now. They had Mesut Ozil. So it's like one of those situations where it's like I don't think did they really fancy fast wingers
in their prime?
Did they if we look at if we look at the 2014 World Cup squad, right?
They had like Podolski on one side. They played with like a front four of like Klose, Mueller.
2014,
2010, and 14. It was pretty much the same front four. It was Klose, Mueller, Podolski, and Ozil in the 10.
Yeah.
And then you had Schweinsteiger and Khedira as the two pivots.
I think Mario Gomez off the bench.
Mario, still had Götze around, but he wasn't a big. Exactly.
None of that. It was a technical middle and a clinical striker.
Yeah.
And that to me was the German. You had Michael Bella cleaning up, Ozil in front. Then you got the Götzes. The Royces never really got a run like that. But it showed you it's not like this is what. There were machines, there were engines, and that's the type of style to play. And they were techie. They were very technical.
Yeah. Yeah.
They outlasted you. I don't think they would outrun you. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to pull up the 2014 squad right now. 2014. What was his name that played for Chelsea?
Oh, Schürrle.
Come on.
Yeah.
Schürrle.
Yeah, when you look at it, it's a bunch of mid guys. It's a bunch of mid guys.
They had 3 world-class players in that team. Neuer,
Cruz.
I don't know, Cruz as well. We're talking about Gundogan. Cruz was a big factor for them. Cruz held that team down from the 6.
Neuer. They lined up with Neuer, Howdays. I'm sorry if I pronounce his name wrong. Hummels, Boateng, Lam, Schweinsteiger, Khedira, Ozil, Cruz, Mueller, and Klose.
Wow, we forget about Lam.
Trying to see if I could show my screen. I want to show my screen. Yep, I could show my screen actually. I could actually show my screen.
Share that screen.
Share that screen.
Late nights.
In the basement.
Oh,
try.
Open system settings.
Bro, how do we forget about Lam? They had some goats in there.
They did. That is
they
really
had some goats in there. They had goats in there.
Bro, it's that's what shows you, but they didn't have that Gnabry. You know what I'm saying?
But let's be real, is Gnabry that good? Is he any better? Is he any better than you look at Yerry Mina? What's that dude from Spain? Yerry Pino, whatever his name is. Like, he's a good player. But
first of all, Gnabry's a lot older than Yerry Pino.
That too, but people are like, we're saying Gnabry. Like, is he world class? No. So I'm not gonna expect too much out of who are you gonna expect anything from a world class level in the current Germany team? Maybe Musiala, Gundo, and
y'all can see.
I can see you.
You can see the screen.
Yeah.
That team was stacked.
Team is crazy.
This is the team that beat Brazil.
Argentina?
No, that's the team that beat Brazil 7-1.
Oh, that team is crazy.
A ball playing goalkeeper.
Best of all time.
Two units as center backs. Let's not even talk about Philip Lahm. Schalke man over here, he probably got a case of not being here, but he still won a World Cup.
He was a good player in his day. Good player. Not special, but good player.
And then Bastion, of course, Khedira, and look at the three, bro.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You're not gonna find that again in ball, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is technicality.
I see at least 5 guys that could get in an all-time 11.
I don't know about
from that
five.
team. What do you mean?
The front four could definitely.
Front four, Cruz,
Neuer, Klose, Cruz, Ozil, and Mueller. Anybody else?
Lam.
Oh,
that's like 6 people that can get in the all. You could make a debate. You could make a case for them to be in an all-time 11. Forget World 11 of the year. All-time 11. Cruz easy can get an all-time 11. Philip Lam, throw him, Maicon, Philip, Dani Alves. Neuer for me, greatest of all time. Ozil, best 10 of all time. You could put him up there. Bro, that team is crazy.
No, I hear what you're saying. They're legit world class.
Legit
world class.
No, legit world class.
Yeah.
And you look at this team now, you could probably make 2 players make a case for them to say that they're world class.
Like calling Musiala world class now is even
that's
kind of
world class potential, if anything.
Yeah.
Look at this. Another one. I'm pulling up another. I want to pull up another diagram so we could break this down. It's
technical difficulties.
No, the final.
What happens when you go live?
I can keep talking. Y'all can keep talking. I don't know why y'all watching me. I don't know why y'all watching me get to work. Wait up, hold up, relax. Real Dean, thank you, Real Dean, for really keeping this conversation great. You and Cruz banter, man.
But you know, I do rate though. I don't know if you guys watched the game today with Bayern and Leverkusen. Xabi Alonso is going to do bits over there.
Yo, if Madrid can play Ancelotti with him,
yeah. On Wikipedia, look at this on Wikipedia. Kramer.
Okay.
This was the team.
2014.
Yeah, 11 and the substitutes that were made with Mario Götze scoring the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the pace?
There is none, but low key, when you look at that Argentina team, crazy front line, but defensively shot.
And then you look at them now.
Higuaín, Messi, Lavezzi, Perez, Biglia, that was sus. Biglia was a solid player in this time, though. Mascherano did, yeah, they weren't the best looking team ever. The fact that Sergio
who was the coach of that team, of that Argentina team?
Wasn't it? Yeah, Sabella.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. Who?
Who?
Come on, bro. That Argentina team, it was crazy, heavy stacked up front. But besides that, there was no balance. There was no balance. There was no balance. And I don't know if you guys watched the under-21 tournament for the Euros this summer, right? You know where Germany finished? They didn't get out the group stage.
That's wild.
I'm telling you need to go back.
It's not looking good, bruv.
Yeah, and shout out,
it is looking wacky over there.
Thierry Henry's taking over the under-21 France.
Yeah. Listen, go ahead.
That's that on the Germany. Now, to finish off this episode, of course, I got to be biased. I would love to talk about City, but there's nothing interesting about talking about W's, right?
Uh-huh.
What are we going to talk about? Oh, Haaland scored a hat-trick again? You know what I mean? So
now, you know something? There's one little thing about City. We just got to get Pep out of here. You see this whole thing?
Listen, bro. Every high has a fall. You know what I mean?
Every dog has his day.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Look at Madrid. They had a rough patch.
115 charges. It's on its way.
115 charges.
It's on its way. Don't go anywhere.
I don't wish that upon them. I want them in the league, and I want Pep to be there.
No, what do you mean I don't wish? I wish that upon them. What?
No, I want. When it comes to spanking Pep, I want to spank Pep.
Inshallah, man.
I respect that.
You get what I'm saying? I want the competition. I don't want it when the boys don't da dips. It's like when the cat is not here. That quote. What happens? The mice go dancing. Brother.
Ratatouille.
Yeah, Ratatouille. But to cover the big cloud on this gloomy damn club, right? Jadon Sancho, bro. Tomorrow we got a big game against Brighton. I just did the preview with some great dudes, man. Shout out to them for being on the panel.
Great stream.
Shout out for y'all to being on the panel too. Obviously, we had a friend here. I really think he's sleeping on the cross island something. I don't know but big him up.
Sleeping on the cross island.
Literally, the dude just left. Long story short, as two fans from opposing teams. I'm gonna start with Shipskeeper. I'm sorry. Did Ten Hag handle that wrong, or did Sancho, or is it to end off this episode?
There's a couple ways of looking at it. For me, I think Ten Hag didn't have to say anything. It was fair enough. He was asked the question like, "Yo, where's Sancho? He's not in the squad." Da da da. You had these thoughts, and already your club is kind of mind you, it's after a loss. Why bring more heat to your press conference? Now they're gonna keep going with it. So I think he handled it wrong. I think he could have easily said, we've seen it 100,000 times where a coach says he was left out for tactical reasons. He not for this game. Maybe next game we'll see him. But then you open the can of worms. Like, when you, especially with the media, bro, once you open a can of worms, it's going to stink. The stench is going to linger. We're still talking about it. That was almost 3 weeks ago. And it's Jadon Sancho. It's not even like we're talking about someone who's led up the Premier League. Like, yo, Sancho's been doing well. Why are you like he's not even a factor almost at this point.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Sancho. That's why for me, you brought just mad unnecessary talk, mad unnecessary streams. Now we streaming about him, and you did it to yourself. So I think he handled it wrong. Sancho was right to defend himself, but like at this point, he probably knows I'm gonna leave. Like the situation's not working for me at this club, and somebody came at me in public. Oh yeah, I'm gonna defend myself. So that's why I feel like Ten Hag, he could have handled it differently.
So I actually disagree with that. When I look back at it, Ten Hag was asked why Sancho wasn't in the squad.
Yeah.
And as the manager, he had every right to straight up say why he wasn't in the squad. Now, do I agree with you to a certain extent where he didn't need to put it out there? Sure. But to be fair, I also don't think Ten Hag thought it was going to explode like it did. But if you were to say, like, who's wrong, it's Jadon Sancho. And at the end of the day, I was speaking to a friend of mine. I mean, we all know him, Dre. He brought up a really good point. He said he 100% believes that Jadon Sancho probably gave all his effort into training, probably was doing just, he generally believes Sancho was doing his job. But at the end of the day, the manager is the manager. And I always said, last season, we saw arguably one of the greatest of all time. And I know it was different circumstances. But Ten Hag, showed his discipline. And he showed, listen, I'm the manager of the club. I don't care if you're one of the greatest of all time. This is my ship. And if you aren't in alignment with me, you're gone. And if he can do that to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo in one season had more goals than Jadon Sancho did in his entire tenure so far at United, regardless of who was wrong, Sancho's gone. And I agree with Rio Ferdinand. I mean, the window's closed now. There's only two solutions for Jadon Sancho. It was either to go to Saudi, right? And he was linked with Al Ettifaq, or he literally stays out of the squad until January. It's that simple. And I just think that I get what you meant, Daryl. He defended himself. But at the end of the day, Ten Hag is the manager.
I believe
so even if Jadon Sancho was right, but Ten Hag has
we're saying what is Jadon Sancho wrong about? Let's answer
hold
that question.
on. So because if we're gonna sit here what Jadon Sancho's wrong about, keep your head down and prove everybody wrong. You're a professional. You're gonna get called out. He didn't say nothing. He said he's just not living up to
exactly.
Say you suck. He didn't say you're the reason. They asked him, where was Jadon today? He's just not training properly. He's not at his best right now. So we decided to make other selections on the team.
Fair.
What is that? And people forget he's the highest
player. That's what I agree with. Yeah.
Fair.
He's the highest paid player at the club. And if you look at what Ten Hag is really doing, he's coming at all the highest players at the clubs. David De Gea, Cristiano Ronaldo, Harry Maguire, Jadon Sancho.
Mm-hmm. My thing is this, right?
So let's address this right here. Let's address the elephant in the room. Because we're going to sit here and goal all day. Let's address this right here. Not good enough. Guardiola criticizes new Man City signing for issue. He has to improve. Let's get into depth of the article unless the title is catchy. Pep Guardiola believes there's so many qualities that Matheus Nunes will bring from Man City, but already has noticed one of the flaws in his game. Right? He can play holding midfielder or attacking midfielder, and even at a fullback. He has to improve with his first touch.
Fullback is crazy.
His energy is good, and he played his last game with Will as a winger. He has so many qualities. He can dribble well with time. He'll learn how to be more precise with his first touch, and he will get it. So, for this man to call him basically as a professional, your first touch is cheeks. It's cool.
Yeah, tell you what he said.
And then calling Calvin Phillips fat is cool. Binning João Cancelo is cool. Why? It's cool for Pep to do that because he's a winning coach. He's a proven coach, right? So everyone's going to back you up on that case. He's a winning coach and he's a proven coach. So just keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anyone who really backed up Sancho, it was Ten Hag.
Did he?
Look at all that. Look at all that season. And let's also keep in mind, there's a lot of players who improved under Eric Ten Hag. And Jadon Sancho's not one of them. I should pull up right now Jadon Sancho comps. And I want to see what comps are they going to provide us. If I pull up a Daniel James comp right now, I'm going to see more Daniel James comps. Let's keep that all in mind as well. So, like, it's just
my only thing is, and I watch United. Like, I'm not somebody who like a lot of fans. They only watch their club. We went to the game, Omar, United Arsenal in preseason, and for me, he was United's best attacker in preseason.
Hype, bro.
Preseason hype, bro. He didn't start the first game, and he was your best player in preseason. We got to remember these are human beings. Why are we talking about last season? He was the best player in preseason. And he didn't start the first game.
Okay. Last season before he went emo.
What's he supposed to do?
Yeah,
we see Anthony stinking it up every week, and he sees him start every game. I'm a human being, like. Bro, there's gonna come to a point where you're gonna be like, for what? Train hard for what? You're gonna play Anthony anyway, and he's low. You cannot tell me Anthony has been performing better than Sancho.
Well,
when? Not this season.
Last season there was games that he started and he did not improve. So
bro, on to a new season. He looked great in preseason. Then he got a few goals and he scored in front of us against Arsenal. Top bit. He hit the roof of the net. And against Wolves, where was he? Coming off the bench.
Preseason.
Hey, what do we do? Why am I in preseason now? What am I doing in preseason? He can't win.
So I have a question for you, Daryl. No, hold up. I have a question for Daryl. Are you buying right now Jadon Sancho for 40 million?
He's out of not for 40 million. For 40 million? Would I have taken him at Chelsea?
You're not.
Probably.
Dwight McNeil probably 30 mil. So yeah,
probably. Bro, we took Cole Palmer for 45 million.
Yeah,
and he's way less proven than Jadon Sancho.
But I'd
have taken Jadon Sancho.
One is actually in a better state. Played for a top coach who actually wanted to keep him.
Bro, there's a player in Jadon Sancho. There's a player in there.
There is a player, but I could sit here and share screens also on how many times he was late to Dortmund, on how many times England had problems with him, on how many the reason why they're beefing with him at United because his disciplinary actions. It's not because he's not a player. Hard work beats talent when talent is not working. And that's going to be Facundo Pellistri.
He won't even start. That's the crazy part too.
And let's see tomorrow.
Well, now he will. But if Anthony was fit, would we ever see Facundo Pellistri? I just feel like Ten Hag has his favorites. That's what it comes down to. He's got his favorites. And it happens at clubs where managers have their favorites, and sometimes you just can't get in the team. And then it's just not working. So for me, Sancho, mind you, the style of play, I don't think fits his game either. I think you guys play a much more physical game than he can keep up with. He's more like techie, needs players close to him to link with. You guys don't play that way. So that's why I feel like it's not a match.
We'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big day. What's your predictions for tomorrow? Chelsea.
Where's the game at?
What Chelsea playing? Chelsea play tomorrow.
No, we play Sunday. Play Sunday.
We play Sunday.
Bournemouth, man. I ain't doing no predictions for Chelsea game, bro. Come on, bro. Let us get out of 12th place first.
Tico, what you saying about La Liga tomorrow? What you saying about?
You know what's funny? It's gonna be. Maybe this is me being corny, but honestly, bro, I'm not really even thinking about the league like that. I think for me, we're in a weird position where Jude Bellingham has scored in every game he's played so far, so he's kind of saved us. He's kind of gotten us out of jail. So, are they going to win? Most likely, but I don't know. The team is not really rolling in my opinion right now. Anyway.
Chat. I want to know from the chat. Comment below if y'all want to see us do a stream on the Chelsea project and Todd Bowley. Let us know because they be waffling in the group chat about Todd Bowley. It's crazy.
But yo, I'm gonna leave off with the real Dean. The real Dean TK. I got your Twitter socials. Definitely talk, my brother. Cruz Banter. We thank you for coming on and supporting us. To everybody that hopped on and liked. To our friend that's missing. Is it 10 o'clock and you know where your friends are?
How many people we got in the stream right now?
Yo, that's crazy. No.
How many people we got?
One person in the street. Big up to that one person.
Big up to you, man.
Cruz Banter said he would love to hear you. He said he'll do it. I think Todd is a crazy genius. I'm scared of Chelsea. So real Dean.
That's the smartest thing Dean said all
night. On a panel together on talking waffle on chicken and waffles.
Hey, Cruz, whisper it quietly, bro.
But listen, yo,
top 3 is the aim.
Tell them where to find y'all. Listen, I'm gonna start with me. _Oski on IG, C Oski on Twitter. You could also find me under _Oski on Twitter. Footy Fanatics FC on Instagram and on Twitter. Please, jump in, show us some love, get this going. Shippy, tell them your socials, tell them where to find you, tell them what you're saying.
Obviously, man, you know where to find us. Footy Fanatics on the YouTube, Footy Fanatics TV on Instagram, DShip94.
FC, sir.
FC. We're gonna put that. We'll put that in the video as well in the comments. DShip94 on the gram. Follow me. Thank y'all for watching us. Tune in for the next one. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video out. Mason Greenwood to the moon.
Yo, IG, follow me at It's Enrique Alvarez.
Boys, good show. See y'all next week on the Group Chat Wafflers. See y'all on the post reaction. I'm gonna holla at y'all.
Oh, Brian's coming back. I'm